So into our previous video, we have seen how we can run a small shell script file where I have added simple commands, and post that I have just run the command. Now what if I want to store something somewhere so that into the program I can use those particular data again. Now for example, you have a huge host name or a host name which you cannot remember. So we can use it later so that I can host or we can save those particular host name into a particular variable. Or I can take an example, if you have an address and in a form or in a program you want to add your address multiple times. If you want to add those your address into multiple lines, what will happen? You have to type everything every time. If I don't want to type it again and again, what I can do, I can store it somewhere with some letter called as variable, and the data which you are going to add, now here an example like your address, that will be the value. So we can add any value to any of the variable so that into the program I can use the variable instead of value, which reduces my program size and my efforts. That is the task of your variable, and that is the variable which we use. Now if I'm talking about variables, again we have different type of variable declaration. Now here the variables can be declared for a local. Local purpose means if I'm using a variable, I can use within a program only once, that is a local variable. Now if suppose I have created a program where I have a sub programs of those particular programs. So I want to declare those particular variables every time into the subprograms? No. I can define a environmental variable. Environmental variable means I can set a value in particular main program, post that if you have subdivision of those programs, they can again call this particular variable, which is called as an environment variables. So environment variables can be used into the subprograms into that particular program itself. The next we have that is called as a shell variable. So shell variable can be used in any of the programs into your Linux operating systems. So basically shell variables are by default declared. They are declared by the Linux itself. Even though if I want to add some shell variables, I can even add it too, which can be called into any of the programs, any of the subprograms created into the same terminal, different terminal, same location or a different location. That's the reason it is also called as a global variable. So here we have three type of variables: local, environmental and your shell variable. Let us see how we generally use these variables into our program and create a program by using or setting the variables into it. So let us begin with our terminal.
So into our previous video, we have seen how we can create a sample file. The sample file which we have created, that was again containing a variable which we have already discussed. Like we have echoed a particular text that I am asking my user to enter his first name. So when the user enters his first name, that is accepted into the variable a. So this is a variable and I'm adding the value to this variable. And later to it, I'm going to print echo hello and this variable name. The same way we can create more variable files. Like for example, I'm going to create a name.sh file. Now for example, I do not want my user to enter the name, right? So I can also run hello you are talking to. Search James, right? And same way we can read it by I don't have to read it anything here. So I'm defining a name, like a text, that is you are talking to your Mr. James. And we can also define the designation of this person. Designation equal to whatever the designation he has, like for example senior, or we can say CEO of the company, that we need to define into quotes. Correct. And then we can say his contact number. Okay, so this is his contact number. Now I want this again to be displayed, so I'll be using it as echo, and my designation in the company that should be displayed to the user now is, I can give comma, and we can define designation. So generally here this designation and this contact is the variable, and I want to print this particular thing. Same way we can also define echo. You can contact me at, and then I'll define contact. Done. And just I'm going to save the file. Now let us see how generally this particular file runs. So here I should get a command, I should get this message: you are talking to Mr. James. My designation in the company is CEO of the company, and you can contact me at this number. So let us check. I'll just run this file. You can see I got the complete text, right? Now if suppose I'm using this particular file itself, name.sh, and someone later on has changed the designation, like somewhere someone has changed or added his own designation. For example, I just defined echo, I am an assistant manager. Okay, then he added the designation equals to assistant manager. Okay, I'm just going to define the name Jones. Okay, and then as contact number. Okay, so this is his contact number. Again, he wants to print the same thing. As again define designation and again echo contact number, contact. So generally you can see now what happened. I have saved the two values over here, the Mr. Jones designation and contacts over here into the same variable, and the program is big. We'll just assume the program is a huge program, and later on even the assistant manager Jones has added his designation in the same variable. Now what is going to happen, that we are going to see into the output. Okay, now I'm going to run the same. You can find it is giving you this part as it is, but while I type over here, I get the message Mr. Assistant Jones, it is again accepted as it is not a variable. And post that again we have found that there is some error. Wait a while, there is actually a different error we have got here. There are actually the characters which we use several different kind of so let us check now. I've just changed it, name.sh. Now I can found contact number is this one, his contact number is this one. Let us check. There is again an error which we found. So this way you can also check for the errors generally you get formed. So this is the assistant manager. We need to define it in a quotations, right, as we are using more than a one word. Done with that. Now everything else is ready. Again, name.sh, correct? So it's showing you this, but again it is not showing you the company name, right? So this is the company name, or that is the CEO of the company. Here again we have some mistake, it's not displaying our designation. And most probably it also happens, like, if you give the same contact numbers now and the same variables, sometimes it might display you the wrong entries, correct? So that's the reason, like for example, into this the name.sh, I want to display, just display designation and a contact number at the end. Now what is going to display, that we are going to check here. Which display, which designation will be seen over here, that we need to check. You can see it is showing you the designation of your assistant manager, right? Means I want to become to know, like, why this is completely skipped. So it is taking the latest one, that is the assistant manager. Now for avoiding such reason, like, such happenings, like where the complete variable is getting overlapped with something else, so what you can do is you can make your variable read only. So what will happen, you can see. So for making your variable read only, what you need to do is, just after defining the variable, you need to define read only designation. Same way, read only contact number. And now see what will happen. I'll save the file, I'll hit enter, I'll give command name.sh. So it's giving me an error that the variable which we have used for your assistant manager for defining his designation and defining his contact cannot be used because they are the read-only variables. So when we run, or when we run a file, or when we run a script, we'll come to know, like, why we are not able to provide designation, so that this user can move into the, again, the script file called as name.sh, and he has to change the designation variable with a different name. Like, we can also change it with any other variable. Designation and for contact he can use cont, and here again he can display in the same way. And you can save it. Now you can check giving sh name.sh. Now it should not give you error, but now here it is showing you the correct now contact number and the designation of your Mr. Jones. That means here the entries what we have, the variables what we have added over here, they are made read only, so that someone else in the near future into the same script should not use the same variable for storing the other value, because the variables generally we are using over here, they are a scalar variables, means at a time they can store only one value. So that's the reason in the last line when we have given the command, or when we have printed the designation as well as in contact of your name.sh, it printed me with the designation last time of the last designation which we have added. But now as I made it read only and I have a particular individual variable, and individual variable contain an individual value, that's the reason we are able to print the same. So it is recommended that whenever you declare your variable into a script where you come to know that this kind of script might be used by many other people, and you can also forget what the variables you have used earlier. So what you can do, you can make your readable variables. So this is how generally we use the variables. Now again we can use a particular command called as unset, so that if suppose I do not want to set a variable, for example the same file I'm going to open name.sh, and later on I want to use these variables, that is contact and designation. For example, he has already designed, so I'll just comment this, correct. So for unsetting this particular variables, either we can directly comment out everything, or what we can do is we can give the command unset a variable name, so it will automatically unset a variable. So even after that, if I try to pin or get access to the variable value, that is design, it should not print anything, right? So just a sec, I need to provide the dollar sign if I want to run a particular variable, and this is again unset, it is DSIG. So I'm just going to define this variable I want to unset. I do not want to display this particular variable, but I want to display the other variable which I have right now, that is echo dollar and year. Once we have done with that, I'm going to save the same and hit enter. Let us run the file again, sh name.sh. You can find the contacts has been displayed. The designation is not displayed because I have unset that particular variable. Along with that, we can see the other data what we have. So here we have seen how we can set a variable, that is your scalar variables. We have also seen like how we can make a variable read only, so that no one else can replace your value of that particular variable. Along with that, we have also seen how we can print a variable and unset a variable. So this is, we have talked about the variables which we can add into a shell script, and how we generally use it. So into next video we are going to see more of your shell scripting. So keep watching.